Hi guys, Randall here, and I thought it would be interesting to show you guys how my account is at day 17, what we've accomplished so far in terms of characters, weapons, memoirs, and etc., and then what are the current goals and the next steps that we're going to take with that account. So, first things first, characters. I have done 400 pulls on the banners and done 2 pity overall, and then I've stopped pulling. So what I've gotten was mainly lucky, I think, compared to what the average pull rate is, but we did manage to max out to be, mainly because one of the pulls I got a 1, which gave me 20 books, so I was able to awaken her twice. So she is at level 80, my A2 is at level 85, which is also pretty good. And then I've pulled 9S twice, and Ryan and F66X once as well. So overall, lots of good 4-star characters, but they're mainly in the same types. Like we have 2 greatsword users, 2 sword users, and 2 staff users. We still don't have a good spear or gun user or fist, so that is a little bit troublesome. In terms of the levels, I'm slowly getting them there, but I've focused on their skills a little bit. So to be skills at level 14, which deals really high damage, like it's a lot better than what it was at level 1. And then Akeha, again, leveled her skill to 14, which increases the damage by quite a bit. The others, I'm not really playing them, but A2, I leveled her skill to 12. I need to get it a little bit higher. I've not yet used any materials to level the skills to level 14, but from the current event, the Sunset Port Medals, I'll be able to max one of those to 15. I'm thinking of doing A2 first, since she's my primary damage dealer. So that's what it's looking like in terms of characters. I'm also leveling this guy, mainly because it gives gems. So there's missions for taking him to level 60, 80, and etc. I want those gems, so I think it's worth the materials to level him for that reason. Now, moving on to weapons. So let's look at weapons by element. I feel like that's the most important thing. We have A2's Greatsword, which is really good. We will be able to take it all the way to level 90, so that's super useful. But then the other weapons are not the weapon types that my units use, so that's not great. So I've begun leveling the black weapon. I figure they will take a very long time to be good, but for now, they're the best options I have, so it's worth leveling them a little bit, at least to 50, and then I'll slowly awaken them as I get the chance, like using these evolve materials, which I guess I can do this one right now, so we'll make it a little bit stronger right now. These weapons, if you don't know, you need to farm the daily black character missions, and then that'll slowly give you more materials to level them. But it's a lot harder because everything is unique materials. Like even leveling the skills is done through these kind of missions, so you have to take them very slowly. But that's how my fire is looking. Now moving on to water. My water is by far my weakest element. As you can tell, I don't have anything. Neither one-handed sword or two-handed sword. That's not 3-star. So I'm eventually going to level them. So far, for the water missions, I've only used my dark or light element sets, which are the strongest, and I've been doing fine. But I figure as the game becomes harder and we need the right elements to actually clear content, I will be forced to level these, or hopefully I'll pull water element weapons. I am very tempted to try to pull for Summer Akeha, but I don't have enough gems to go to pity, so it might be just wasted resources, so far I've held on to that thought. Then wind is a little bit better. I do have this wind greatsword right here that I've been using, and then this sword, the black sword again, that I'm using for now. I don't have anything else except wind's staffs and a gun. So my third character is currently using a light weapon in my wind squads. Maybe not the best, but at least I have this one, which I'm really happy to have pulled. So yeah, I'm slowly getting there in terms of wind, and then light and dark are by far my strongest elements. So if we're looking at light, I have Akeha's Greatsword, I have this free one that was handed out, and then I also have this one. So 3 light Greatswords, and then I have 1 light one-handed sword. It is 9S's weapon, which is not as good as Tupi's, but I'm doing with what I have, so these are my options. And then with the black weapons included, I have 4 light staffs that seem good, so it's a little bit insane, but that's how it looks like right now. Then dark is also very competitive, if we switch to that one. I have Tupi's weapon maxed, so that's one of my strongest weapons. I also have another the dark one-handed weapon, and then a dark two-handed weapon. So that's really good. For the last slot, I'm currently using the black weapon. Again, if I pull something better, I might not use the black weapon as much because it's going to take a long time to make them competitive, but for now it's my best option, so that's what it's looking like for weapons. Then, in terms of weapon skills, I've mainly been focusing on the passives, and the reason for that is these weapons will swap between main slot and supportive slot, so I'm not always using their active abilities, but I'm basically always using their passives, so I'm trying to focus on those a little bit more. So as you can tell, the weapons that I'm using a lot have higher level passives. I do need to farm them a little bit more though, so it really depends on the weapon. I have been going at it a little bit randomly, which is probably not the best strategy, but hey, not everything can be fully thought out when you're learning a game. Then, if we take a look at companions, I've not really focused on companions a lot. I've emptied the Nier Automata store with companion materials, so I was able to raise a bunch of them to level 13, and I'm satisfied with that. My favorite, if you've seen my companion guide, is the book. It's really good, it increases crit rate, so I'm always taking that one into quests. Then Memoirs, I haven't been farming Memoirs yet. I farmed a couple 2-star Memoirs early on, like I did the quest 5 times, that was it. And now, yesterday, I finally figured that I can clear Memoir quest number 10, which drops a 4-star every single time, so I will now begin farming them. But I haven't done that yet, so right now my Memoirs are extremely weak, and I still have decent loadouts, so I feel like it's not necessary right now to have good Memoirs to clear quests if you have good weapons and characters. As you can tell, my force is around 74 to 77k, depending on the setup I do. These are all a little bit weaker because I'm setting myself up for specific elements. So if I switch the display, this is my fire team and etc. If I was to just let the auto build something and use the maximum amount of force, see 75k. I've seen 77k, but I'm mainly using those mono element teams, which seem a little bit stronger for me. So that's the general force. And then finally, where am I in the story? I've cleared most quests, but not all the very hard quests yet. So if I look into the main quest, I'm stuck at Snowy Peaks, very hard, midway. I'm pretty sure now my account has gotten a bit stronger in the last couple days, so I could clear them, but it's not my huge priority. I don't have any intention to use gems in the very short future, so I'm just slowly having fun. So what I'm currently farming is going to be the Memoirs for the next couple days, because I have not put any focus on there, and it's going to allow me to build for crit builds or damage builds, or just tailor my characters a little bit more towards what I want them to do. So that's the next area of focus for me. Of course, I'm always doing the dark memoir quests every day, so if you're not doing that, that's the way you level these black weapons that I've been showing. So the dark memory quest, be sure to do the dailies. So I'm spending a little bit of energy in there every day, but mainly that's going to be Memoirs for the next couple days until I have a set that I think is interesting. So that was it. Keeping this one short, just showing you where I am in the game right now. Am I making any critical mistakes? Is there something I'm completely forgetting to focus on? If so, let me know. As you guys know, I'm not a JP player, I'm just learning the game as I go, so maybe I'm missing a couple elements and I just don't know. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and then as always, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.